On the 27th of June 2025, motor tanker VILAMOURA suffered structural damages in the engine room external shell area, allegedly due to sabotage, while bound from Libya to Gibraltar for bunkers, following two simultaneous explosions on the exterior of her hull. The engine room was flooded about 100 nautical miles off the coast of Libya. While the vessel was stabilized in the flooded engine room condition, she was a dead ship that needed towage to safety and the removal of all cargo from on board so that she could then proceed to a shipyard for repairs. A Lloyd's open form salvage contract was agreed between Five Oceans Salvage and her managers, and the salvors engaged the 200-ton bollard pool tug BOKA SUMMIT to proceed to the casualty, connect and tow her to international waters off the Laconic Bay in Greece. The vessel was laden with nearly 134,000 tons of Libyan heated crude oil. The aim of the operation was to offload the cargo from the vessel via an emergency STS operation, using hydraulically driven and intrinsically safe submersible pumps rigged inside the tanks. At the same time, diving operations would be carried out by salvage divers to seal the hull damages at the stern of the vessel in way of the engine room and restore watertightness. This was a labor and equipment-heavy operation involving a salvage team of 35 persons. A large ocean-going tug, 4 port tugs, a floating crane and accommodation barge, and a specialized spill response vessel were used. Specialized equipment was mobilized not only from Five Oceans Salvage Equipment Depot in Greece, but also from Rotterdam, Houston, Singapore, and Durban. A sister ship of the casualty was engaged to receive the cargo and also to provide inert gas and heating to preserve the cargo. This was a volatile cargo that required to be maintained at a high temperature at all times, or risk wax precipitating out of the crude. That is an irreversible process. Salvors devised a salvage plan to safely discharge the vessel while maintaining the water level inside the engine room to prevent the onset of corrosion in the engine room machinery and equipment. Engine room was also skimmed of any escaped oil to minimize any threat of pollution. Two options were explored in terms of location for the operation. The salvors applied to the Greek authorities for permission for the STS to take place in Piraeus Anchorage, or alternatively, for the operation to take place under tow in international waters off the coast of Greece. Finally, the operation took place in international waters off the Laconic Bay. Following nearly 2 weeks of preparatory works on board the casualty and ashore, pumping of cargo onto the receiving vessel started on the 18th of July, in parallel with the underwater patching operations going on. This was a complex and challenging operation. All crafts and works on board the vessels needed to be coordinated in such manner as to allow for the divers to work underwater, both on the inside and outside of the engine room, while the convoy was drifting or under tow. Finally, all operations had to be performed to the highest standards of safety and professionalism, so as to ensure the success and efficiency of the operation, while creating a safe environment and procedures for the salvage team, and eliminating the risk of environmental pollution. All works were successfully completed on the 30th of July, and following the craft, personnel, and equipment demobilization from the scene, the VILAMOURA was redelivered to her owners at sea on the 1st of August 2025.